Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Jason. I'm a Course in Miracles student, and I have a frog in my throat, um, and a channeler. And today I'd like to come on for a daily dose of hope, day 15. I think we're on. Yeah, I've made it to day 15. Woohoo! Well, I missed one day. And so this daily dose of hope is, if this is your first time, is I was guided by my guides to come on and give, if I wanted to, a daily dose of hope because the energies are starting and they have been picking up and things are starting to get a little bit wild and crazy in the world. And so I'm just here to kind of give a little bit of hope if anyone needs it. And so let's see. Let me turn on this light here. Guess I don't need it, but maybe it's too bright here. Hold on. So what I'd like to do is two things today. So first, I just want to read a little bit from the Course of Miracles, and I'm going to read a little bit about the idea of idols, and then I'll talk about it a bit. And before I go into that, I just want to talk a little bit about. So recently, so I live in Japan, and in Japan. I'm not sure how famous he is. I'm pretty sure he's pretty famous in the States. I'm not sure if you follow baseball, but Otani is a really famous baseball player from Japan. And recently he got married. And so on the news here, that's everything's about that. And everyone's just like, wow, he got married. It's so great. It's so wonderful. And everyone's putting all this energy to that, and which is fine. But many people are getting married every day. um, why don't we care about those people? And that was what I tend to think about. Is like, of course it's wonderful. I'm congratulations that someone got married. Um, but we tend to kind of put people on different levels. Like this person is, if this person gets married, then it's very special. If this person, and we tend to kind of judge and put people into categories and all of these kind of things. But if we're all one, then we should be celebrating every day because there's probably millions of marriages going on. So this is what I wanted to talk about: is the idea of idols. So people putting their happiness onto someone else. And so um, so I'm going to read from the Course in Miracles, but I want to talk about Otani. Then I also want to talk culture here in Japan. I'm not sure how popular it is outside of Japan. You see, like people ask me, like, what's it like in America? And I was like, I spent half my life in Japan. I don't know anymore. I know from like 20 years ago, 25 years ago. That's about it. And things have changed quite drastically. So even though I've gone back a few times, I still, for a week or two, that you don't really know what's really going on. Even if you read all kinds of blogs in the news, it's about experience, direct experience. But anyway, so idols. In Japan, there are these idol groups, and they're called idol groups, and people idolize them, and people follow them all over the country, and buy all of their goods, and a lot of young people spend all of their money just on these idols. And I mean, this is common, in the 50s rock and roll, they had the teen idol. And that's the idea. But they kind of dropped that idol idea because I think they realized that a lot of people see the concept of idols within religion, and you shouldn't have any idols before God. And so they dropped that. They're still doing it. I mean, you've got Taylor Swift, you got Beyonce, you got, but um, idols. And so sports teams, yeah, and musicians. And anyway, so this idol group thing is a really big thing here. And I'm not going to go too much into it, but I think I believe that it is a designed thing, as most of these things are. And it's yeah. All right, I'll just stop there and I'll read from the Course of Miracles. Here we go. So I'm reading from chapter 29, The Awakening. And this is verse 7: Seek not outside yourself. I'm going to be reading from uh, number one, number two, number three, number six, and number eight. I recommend reading everything. But today, just for this live, I'm going to read those. Okay. Um, yeah. Again, I recommend reading this yourself. Okay. So here we go. Seek not outside yourself. Seek not outside yourself, for it will fail, and you will weep each time an idol falls. Heaven cannot be found where it is not, and there can be no peace excepting there. Each idol that you worship when God calls will never answer in his place. Seek not outside yourself, for all your pain comes simply from a futile search for what you want, insisting where it must be found. What if it's not there? Do you prefer that you be right or happy? So I'll read that again because that's really good. All your pain comes simply from a futile search for what you want, insisting where it must be found. What if it's not there? Do you prefer that you be right or happy? Be you glad that you are told where happiness abides, and seek no longer elsewhere. You will fail, but it is given you to know the truth and not to seek for it outside yourself. No one who comes here but must still have hope, some lingering illusion or some dream that there is something outside of him bringing happiness and peace to him, and seeks for something more than everything, as if a part of it were separated off and found where all the rest of it is not. This is the purpose he bestows upon the body, that it seeks for what he lacks and give him what would make himself complete. And thus he wanders aimlessly about in search of something that he can in search of something that he cannot find, believing that he is what he is not. Again, I'll read that last one because it's uh, yeah, okay, jam packed with meaning. And thus he wanders aimlessly about in search of something that he cannot find, believing that he is what he is not. The lingering illusion will impel him to seek out 1,000 idols and to seek beyond them for 1,000 more, and each will fail him, all excepting one. For he will die and does not understand the idol that he seeks is but his death. Its form appears to be outside of himself. Yet does he seek to kill God's Son within and prove that he is victor over him. This is the purpose every idol has, for this is the role that it is assigned to it, and this is the role that cannot be fulfilled. Okay, so there you go. And of the world were made to keep the truth within from being known to you, and to maintain allegiance to the dream that you must find what is outside yourself to be complete and happy. It is vain to worship idols in the hope of peace. God dwells within, and your completion lies in him. No idol takes his place. Look not to idols. Do not seek outside of yourself. All right. And then the last one, to change all this and open up a road of hope and of release in what appeared to be an endless circle of despair, you need but decide. You do not know the purpose of the world. You give it goals it does not have, and thus do you decide what it is for. You try to see in it a place of idols found outside yourself, with power to make complete what is within by splitting what you are between the two. You choose your dreams, for they are what you wish, perceived as if it had been given you. Your idols do not do what you would have them do, and have the power you ascribe to them. And you pursue them vainly in the dream because you want their power as your own. Okay, so pretty powerful stuff. So the idea of idols, seeking outside of yourself for something. And so I thought about this, major league sports players, this Otani, the whole country rallying around him. He got married. This is so wonderful, and it is wonderful. So that's the idea, is that it's all wonderful, it's all good, but we have our own lives too, and someone did something wonderful today. Someone helped this woman across the street. Someone did something wonderful all over the world. And we don't talk about that. We just talk about these idols. And and sometimes with these idols, we look for our happiness. We see them as successful, and they're abundant. They have all this money. They have these wonderful homes that they live in, and we idolize that, and we think that's what I want. If I had that, I would be happy. And the thing is, your happiness lies inside of you. It doesn't matter what you have outside of yourself. It's all inside. And so this whole idol culture, which is, as I said, I think it's engineered. Well, I don't think I know it's engineered. Um, And I think it's really unfortunate, because the engineering, they really know how people work. And well, in a sense, it's unfortunate because it's like, so thinking of this world as a game, it's a very difficult level to overcome, especially the way it's advertised here through the education and through all of the television and the mass media. It's very difficult for people to escape it, I think. And I see that, and I see young people getting caught up in it, and even um, and my dragon book is available from my website if you're interested. But anyway, so today we're talking about idols, and yeah. So yeah, looking for happiness outside of yourself. And there's also some famous singers here, and the people, they just follow. I mean, well, as you know, all over the world, people follow them all over the world, all over the country, and they base their lives around this person, and which is fine. And but it's really, really important that if they're not searching for their happiness there. I think that's the whole idea, is that we have to make sure that our happiness is our happiness. I mean, whatever you want to do, go do it. But make sure that you find your happiness first, which is inside. And then just do whatever you want, follow whoever you want, but make sure that you find your happiness first. I guess that's the key. Because it's fine, whatever you want to do, but just make sure that you, your happiness is inside. I think I've hammered that idea. So anyway, I think I'm going to channel, and when I channel, what I do is I get my consciousness out of the way, and I allow a being of higher consciousness to come in. And before I do this, I do a lot of meditation. I do a lot of Course in Miracles work, in order to clarify my mind and make sure that I am on the highest possible frequency that I can be on at this moment, given the craziness of the third dimensional world. So here we go. Mm. Greetings. We are that one that you know of as Mary Magdalene. And we're here, and we're here, and we're here. And we're very happy to be sharing these times with all of you, these wonderful times on this planet, where the light is such a light that the light is the frequency of the light on your planet is starting to change. And it is such a wonderful, peaceful light that is coming down upon all of you. Uh, we would suggest going outside to experience this light. It's harder to experience it inside, but to go outside and experience this gentle light that is coming down upon your planet. And this is something that you all have wanted, that you all have created, this gentle light that is coming down. And it is a healing light, and it is a light that will help you to overcome all of the obstacles that you are dealing with at this moment. This is the light. A higher vibrational light that is a present, but it is also what you have created. Um, what we would say today about what this being is talking about, yes, yes, yes. Looking outside of yourself for what is inside of yourself. And this is what your goals are here. This is why you have come here. And this is what you have come to remember. Uh, Now, understanding that your whole job here is just remembering that you are one with God. That is why you came here. But you needed to go through this because there were still some unresolved things within your consciousness, within your thinking, and you wanted to go through this in order to solve them, you might say, in order to understand what is happening within your mind. And so you came here, and you came here as a movie projector, projecting the image of your mind out into the world. And once you project it out, it is already the past. And so whatever you search for within this projection is gone. It's not even here. So to be searching for this happiness outside of yourself means that you're searching for nothing. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. It's already been projected. It's already in the past as you understand the past. And in that sense, it never really existed. So searching for these things is searching for illusions, and the illusions will disappear once you find the illusion, once you have it in your arms. This is the illusion that will make me happy. It just disappears. It blows up into smoke. And you see that it is nothing, and then you run around looking for the next illusion. Throughout your lives, many of your lives, you have been doing this, and now this is the final part of the game, where a lot of you are starting to realize that this is the case, that this is what is happening, and you are ready to stop chasing those idols. And we would say that there is nothing wrong with chasing these idols. This is part of the process. This is the process. This is why you came here, to chase after your idols, to see what they are all made of, and to realize in a very visceral way how illusory they are and how unreal they are. And this is something that is only truly possible here on this dense dimension, coming down here with time and with the elements, experiencing all of these things from a second to second basis. And this is what you came to experience. Uh, but it is time, it is time to let go of these illusions, and the light is coming to your planet, this wonderful light, this light of a higher frequency, this very gentle light that is streaming down upon all the light, and it helps you to remember at a time. I've been searching outside for hope. I've been searching outside for meaning. All of these images, all of these frightening images that change and disappear and die. And I look outside of myself, but then you realize, you know what? It's inside of me. It's right here. It's been inside of me all along. I don't need to go anywhere. I need not to do anything. I don't need to eat anything or drink anything or take any medicine or any supplements or anything. It's right here. It's always been right here. I don't have to go anywhere. My happiness has been with me all the time. And I don't have to stand that you don't have to attach yourself to any of those happiness things that appear in this illusory world, that they're just illusions, and that your happiness is already inside. Whatever you see on the outside, it's not real. It's just the past. It's just a projection of what you had inside. And once you start realizing that, you project more and more beautiful images outside. And those beautiful images will be there to hope, to give hope, and to give help to others who are still chasing after these illusions. They'll see that you're not chasing the illusion, and they'll wonder, what is it that this person's doing? Why is it that they're glowing so brightly? What is happening? Why is it that I am searching every day, and I'm trying so hard? I'm running after my idols. I'm spending so much time. I'm spending so much money. I'm spending so much energy. Idols. I'm spending so much time. I'm spending so much money. I'm spending so much energy. I should be there. I should be that happy. Why am I not that happy? What is this person doing that I am not doing? And that is when you become the lighthouse. And then is when you shine your light out, because people will come and they will just want to be in your presence, and they will want to understand, what is it that you're doing? Why are you happy and why am I not happy? What is it that you're doing that is different from me? And then people will see that, and they might ask you, and sometimes they won't ask you. Sometimes they'll, just by being in your presence, they'll start to understand, and something will click inside of them, and something of the truth will resonate within their body. They'll feel it as a very strong resonance. I think I understand what this is. And they may not understand it logically, but somewhere, frequency wise, they will pick up on that frequency, and they will start to understand. And maybe they will start down that path of understanding, of stopping looking for their idols. And this is the process of what you are going through, what you are all doing at this moment, is letting go of this outside world, of these things that you think you need, that you want, these jobs, these places that you need to go, these houses that you need to buy, these boats, these vacations. All of these things, they're just illusions. You are happy. Your happiness is within you. All you need to do is look inside. And all of these things, there are so many distractions on your planet at this moment. And we would say it is quite amazing, the level of distractions at this moment. And that is there for a reason, because you are playing a very advanced game at this moment. And that is the level of distraction that is necessary for you, being the advanced beings that you are, to overcome. And that is what we would say to you, that these are all there for you in order for you to remember who you truly are and to remember that your happiness is within you and that no one can give you your happiness because it is already there. You don't need anyone. You don't need anything because you already have everything inside of you. And once you realize that you're already connected with everyone. You don't need anything. You don't need anything because you've got everything. Your gifts were so abundant. The gifts that you were given were so abundant. You are so blessed. You are so blessed with all of the happiness of all of the world because it's inside of you. You have created this as well. We are Mary Magdalene, and we want you to know that you are very, very much loved and that you are doing such a wonderful job. Hmm. Okay. All right, guys. So thank you very much for listening. I will see you guys tomorrow. Ciao.